Hi everyone, it's Vivian from vivianbrown.com. Happy Tuesday. I want to welcome you to the broadcast, and in today's live I want to share with you how to get rid of the shiny object syndrome and say no. So many of us, we deal with this all the time, especially if you're new, trying to build a business online or trying to do anything online. We are constantly bombarded with all kind of opportunities, all kind of offers, whether in your email, in your social media, on the phone. Every day I get phone calls from all kind of people leaving voicemails for me. Just recently I got one from some guy. I guess he was going through his conversations, whatever, and he saw my name, left a message about this other new thing that he wants me to try out. And I'm the first to admit that I'm a recovering shiny object syndrome addict. I remember when I first started. I think I started in something with telephone or something anyway. So I went from that to some network marketing thing, and I'm not knocking network marketing, but I'm just saying I was just going from one thing to the next. I wasn't really taking root with anything. I wasn't mastering anything. So, the shiny object syndrome person is just going from one thing to the next. As I said, it's easy to fall into because we're bombarded with so many things online these days, to buy the new products, to try the new service, and so on. And the list goes on, and it becomes very overwhelming. So the person with the shiny object syndrome, maybe you have it too. You're always trying out different things, right? And you love the excitement, oh, this new thing and this ground opportunity, whatever, all the excitement, and then the novelty wears off, and it's like, why did I even buy this? And you haven't done anything, but oh, this thing doesn't work, and then another shiny object thing comes, somebody else comes and dangles a little piece of bone in front of you, and you run to that again, right? And that one doesn't work, and you see another piece of meat again, and that one doesn't work, and it's a perpetual cycle. You keep going and going from one thing to the next, never taking root, and never learning anything, never mastering anything, right? So you don't see results, right? Because you don't take the time to focus on that one thing. You don't see results, and then you say, oh, shucks, this thing doesn't work. I wasted my money, I wasted my time. When in fact, you didn't take the time to master that one thing that you got, or that one course you bought, or that one seminar you went to, right? And then you blame the seminar, you blame the person who presented, when it's really you, with the shiny object syndrome, right? So you're always breaking your commitment. So you get into this one thing, you're committed, I'm going to do this, I have to do this. And then you break your commitment because you get so easily distracted, right? You get, like I said before, you get distracted by the next shiny object, and you're always looking for the next opportunity. So the person with the shiny object syndrome is always looking for the next opportunity. They always want overnight riches. They want to get rich quick. They don't want to learn anything because it's too hard. They don't want to put the work in, right? So how do you get over this shiny object syndrome? Well, you have to see this as a problem, because it really is. Because if you're going from one thing to the next, you're really not getting any results in anything. And you'll continue to be like that, not getting results, and you'll get frustrated and quit. So you have to decide to commit to one thing only, and learn how to master that one thing. So you need to be careful what thing you're getting into, right? That it's in line with your vision, with what you want to do, that you want to commit to. So the key there is to commit and shut out everything else, say no to everything else, say no to every other distraction, and focus on this one thing and master it. If even you have to buy books or whatever you need to buy, courses, whatever, in line with that one thing that you want to master, in line with that vision that you have to do that, get results before you go on to the next thing, right? Or else you'll continue to be spinning your wheels like a hamster. And that's the same thing that happened to me, because I was going from one thing to the next, and I wasn't learning any. Well, I was learning a little thing, but I wasn't applying anything, right? Because I kept going from one thing. I thought, this thing doesn't work. When am I going to see results? Because, but what happened is I didn't put the time in to see the results, and these things take time. So, instead of going from one thing to the next, you have to learn how to master one thing. So say no to the other things, or not yet. You have to say no or not yet, because sometimes you have to say not yet to other things, or say no so you can focus on that one thing. Put your blinders on. get rid of the refund mentality. You know, a lot of people, they buy things. Okay, I have a 30-day what do you call it, money back guarantee, so they'll buy that thing and I'll try it for a few days and see if it works, and then I get my money back. You have to get back, you have to get rid of the refund mentality and commit to that one thing that you're focusing on, because the only purchase that you regret is the one you don't use. If you buy a book and put it down and you don't use it, you can't blame the book. You can't blame the writer of the book that nothing works, because you didn't take up the book. You didn't open the book, you didn't see what the book was all about. So if you think that you have wasted your money, then that's on you, right? Because you didn't do anything with the purchase. So commit fully to one thing and master it, right? And be careful of what you're committing to, and commit to fewer things. You know, less is more, as they say. Commit to fewer things. So if it's just one thing, then just commit to that one thing. I heard a story of Richard Branson, and you probably heard of Richard Branson, very wealthy guy in the online space, and a group of people wanted him to come and speak their event, and they reached out to his assistant, and they said they'll pay him, say, $1,000 for argument's sake. And he said no. Then they offered more money, and he said no. The moral of the story is that he said no. As much as he's wealthy and famous, he said no, and they offered much more money, and he said no, because he was focused on one thing at the time in his life, at the time, that he wanted to see results with, that he wanted to use to impact others, and he said no. So can you imagine? Richard Branson, he's the founder of Virgin Airlines, I think, and he said no to that one thing, to that company or group or whatever, and he said no to that offer. So that's what you have to do. You know, you have to say no to the other offers, whatever is going on, put your blinders on and stay focused on one thing, to get rid of the shiny object syndrome. Getting value from this? Feel free to leave a comment below. Let me know if you have been struck with the shiny object syndrome. I would love to hear from you and how you got over that. So that's the way you get over the shiny object syndrome. Just say no, or not yet. You know, so I hope you got value from this, and if you did, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this out. If you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to turn your notification bell on so you see when I go live again. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click the subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you'll see when I upload more videos. And again, if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share this video if you think somebody will benefit from it. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you on another video.